Here's that slithering fucking bastard MVP. That turncoat turning his back on Trick Williams. What a fucking businessman this motherfucker is. MVP, the fucking general manager. Hey, Trick, but business is business. And if you can't understand that, maybe you're dumber than you think you are. Sorry, I need to keep things professional. You should have read the terms and conditions under the contract. This is on you, Trick. You can't blame everyone else for your actions. You're a grown-ass man and you need to start acting like it. Instead of like an entitled fucking bitch. I think we should part ways because I got other clients in mind. Well, there we go. I feel like the Fist Syndicate is officially over. This motherfucker is looking at the business margins a little too much, and he just fucked over his biggest clientele in the Smackdown Fist. The Smackdown Fist holding together a merger with the one and only Hurt Business. And it all comes crashing down as everyone loses their titles. And honestly, it is the Hurt Business's fault. It is MVP's fault. It lies directly on his shoulders for not paying his part of the bargain. And because of that, now he wants to sever ways with the Fist completely, and he's beefing over here with Trick Williams for not understanding that he was gonna fuck him over. Yeah, I don't fucking get that. I don't get that. MVP is a slimy fucking bastard. Businessman who's only looking out for his fucking self. And Trick Williams pays the price for it and losing his championship gold. But Sheamus, our Continental Champion, a person who took a belt off of Omos, who's been the longest reigning Continental Champion, who's a part of the Fist. Another reason why the Fist fell is because someone like Sheamus finally came around and started pushing his weight around and put an end to the Fist. Because we don't know where anything goes from here. The Fist, they're fractured, fingers broken. The Fist no longer holds a grip on SmackDown. We don't even know if they fuck with each other anymore. Trick Williams was doing it all on his own there. Obafemi didn't show up. Omos loyal to the cause. And the Hurt Business, the Syndicate, didn't even show up when they were obligated to. Turning shit around and saying that it was a business mistake. Saying that they should have paid up. Not telling that in the first place. But here is a rematch. Pete Dunne beat Sheamus last week. And he feels that he deserves a Continental Championship match. Because he did beat him in a non-title match. And Sheamus has to defend his belt every other week. And the Bruiserweight is taking advantage of that stipulation. These are so long, man. I just want to see the fight. I just want to see fight night. Gotta start off the night good. Because MVP fucked up my mood. But before the bell even starts, Pete Dunne was trying to attack Sheamus and he fucked up. He completely fucked that one up because Sheamus dropping him on his back and dropping the leg drop on him. Sheamus, unhappy with his loss last week, he wanted to put a whooping on Pete. He wants to put a whooping on everybody. But he got that turned around on him. And I want to see Fight Night continue. I want to see Fight Night last more than a week, more than 2-3 weeks. I want to see him retain his Continental Championship belt. Because I don't want to see that son of a bitch, Pete Dunne, hold that one more time. Pete had his chances. He lost against Omos, which felt like, years ago. but he held that belt for a good long time before Omos took it from him. He tried to take it back, but it did not work out. Omos was just too big of an opponent for him to beat, and Sheamus is also looking like he is too big for Pete Dunne to face off against. Sheamus, he was previously what I would say one of the best Intercontinental Champions that we had. The reign was nearly the longest, but it was overtaken by Obafemi. It nearly ended the match there. Sheamus could really be one of the better Continental Champions. It's going to be hard to take that place off of Omos because he was such an insane champion. But if you can beat Omos, I feel you have no issue becoming an incredible champion. But the brutality begins on the outside as Pete Dunne, using his own unique flavor of offense on Sheamus. And I fear for Sheamus now because this is what it looked like last week when Pete Dunne took over. Pete Dunne was absolutely demolishing Sheamus last week. And I'd hate to see it continue as they brawl on the outside, because I feel like it's only a matter of time before there's a count out here. Referee, they're just doing their job. They're counting people out if they stay out there too long. But goddamn, can you stop doing that? But Pete Dunne up at the top rope, dropping the elbow on Sheamus. Our fighting champion, again, is starting to look weak. His kryptonite, his poison, seems to be the bruiserweight. The bruiserweight seems to know what it takes to take down the Fighting Irishman. Because if he has himself another reign at the Continental Championship belt, I don't know who else is going to take that belt off of Pete Dunne. But that was nearly a 3 count. Almost a 3. Which is very surprising. Those things almost never win matches. And that was so close. But it's back to the outside with Sheamus and Pete Dunne. I want to see someone go through a table. I'd love to see someone go through a table, but I'm not going to see it. As Sheamus drives the knee into Pete Dunne's face. He could get him back in the ring. He could end it all here. But Pete Dunne trying to get momentum back onto his side, and he could do it easily. Gets out of the way. He was unable to land that. And Sheamus with the bro kick! Coming out of nowhere, and Pete Dunne's down. And Sheamus continues fight night. The Continental Champion stands strong. Pete Dunne was able to beat him last week, but not this time. Sheamus had something on the line. Sheamus was not going to allow that to happen. As he retains his championship belt. I love to see it. Thank goodness that Sheamus was able to pull this one off. He gets to fight another night. Trick Williams probably isn't feeling too good about you, Oba. You did not come out to help. You promised that you weren't. But I know he'd probably still be champion if you were there. Trick, perhaps I reacted too harshly. You must forgive me. I should have been there for you, my brother. But don't get me wrong, I will never defend my choices to no man, and I stand by my decision steadfast. I defeated LA Knight in single combat, and I expected you to do the same. What I did not foresee was LA Knight's ability to maintain allies and bend the rules. But I see I have another problem, and the Syndicate never told me anything about a price. Then MVP blames me for not holding his end of the deal. The Syndicate was supposed to take my place in our absence, but instead they failed to do so. Betrayal is a bitch, MVP, and I am going to make you mine. I promise that. I think the severance is clear. As the Fist, they are completely done with the Syndicate. And now they're completely going separate ways into the future. Obafemi looking like he's trying to reach out to Trick, trying to let the Fist know that he is all about it, that he is ready to make amends. Making sure that, oh great, look at that, Chelsea Green before the bell even rings. I'm just trying to tell a story. I'm trying to set the mood for SmackDown here, and Chelsea Green, the complainer, doing something to complain about. Cheating in spite of the match, just right out of the beginning. There we go again, cheating again. The cheap shots. All the cheap shots of fucking Chelsea Green. And this is our champion. This is our women's WWE champion. This is what we have to look forward to. She comes out here and she fucking cheap shots everybody. Because again, I don't feel like she earned that belt. She absolutely did not earn that belt. That was totally Stephanie's to win. She did all the work. She unclipped every single one of those buttons, and Chelsea Green swooped in at the last second to unbutton the last one and take that belt away. Which, you know, is so absolutely disappointing. Because now we gotta listen to the complainer every single week. Luckily, we didn't get to hear her this time, because she had to be booked into a match, and Lyra being the one to face off against her. But back to the story I wanted to tell. Obafemi looking like he's trying to get the gang back together, but I don't know if Trick is actually gonna, you know, go along with it. Because Trick, he felt betrayed there. He felt as if he was slighted. Obafemi not showing up, trying to state that, you know, he had his reasons and he's not going to explain to nobody his reasons at all, which I understand that. But again, when a brother's in need, a brother is in need. And they turn their backs on each other. And because of that, the Fist hold no gold on SmackDown. It is completely their fault. And hold on, wait a second. That's Kalani Jordan. She's just walking off with the champion's belt. Oh, I could already hear Chelsea complaining right now. And she snatches her belt back. Chelsea Green. What a fucking character. Kalani Jordan, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but she just tried to walk off with Chelsea's belt. And now Lyra looking to pick up the pieces here. Oh, and a brainbuster on Chelsea. That's a serious concussion, some CTE ready to happen. And this could turn around the match right now. This could be it for Chelsea. Being distracted and getting dropped on her head could be it. Because this champion Chelsea Green, you know, she is nothing like Stephanie. Stephanie was willing to fight for her championship belt, willing to put on a good show for everybody, give people something to cheer for, but no, Chelsea Green, she's only here because she's obligated to do so. And when she's not obligated to do so, she's coming back around just to complain to everybody. Bitch and moan about things that really, you know, shouldn't be complained about. Because right now, I miss me some Stephanie. Stephanie Bucker put on some great matches. But this looks like this could be it for Chelsea. As Lyra hits that finish and Chelsea Green is out. Paper champion Chelsea getting beat by Lyra Valkyria. I told you that turned everything around. That brainbuster, the stolen championship belt. Chelsea Green. Yeah, she lost it. Doesn't surprise me. She's not a good wrestler. She's not a good champion. That would not happen to Stephanie. That wouldn't have happened to Raquel. That wouldn't have happened to Bianca. But only Chelsea. Let me tell you, man. What a fucking loser. And we have a new champion crowned at Survivor Series after he beat Trick Williams in completely crushing the Smackdown Fist. The Smackdown Fist has finally lost power over Smackdown. Trick, you're not as good as you thought you were. Nobody fucks with you, and you finally have no help. How does it feel being on the losing side? Yeah, because it feels good stripping that gold out of the dying grip of the fist. Sorry, bro, but respectfully, I'ma stop you right there. I'm happy that you became champion and all, but I want to be your first challenger. And, you know, we took down the fist. Your mission's complete. So what do you say to a title match tonight? Yeah, how about we have that bitch right now? Yeah! Hey, you know what? I'm here for it. Right now, title match on the line. Braun Breaker versus LA Knight for that World Championship belt. Braun Breaker feels like he's earned his shot at the title against LA Knight. And LA Knight looking to prove loyalty to his friends that have helped him out since day one. Braun Breaker being there since the very beginning to help him out against the Fist. And now that the Fist is finally out the picture, Braun Breaker would like a title match with LA Knight. And LA Knight, he might have made the biggest mistake here, because Braun Breaker seems more than ready to take on LA Knight. Trick was able to defeat the Fist. Trick had no help outside of Omos. Obafemi wasn't there. And as you heard recently, there's a reason for it. MVP wasn't there, and that fucking coward saying that he has his reasons, turning his back on Trick Williams and saying that he no longer wants to negotiate with him, seems a little, fucked up out of someone who said they were going to have your back. But no, Trick had no help practically in this match. Seth Rollins proved himself loyal to LA Knight and actually helping him out in that match, helping him win that championship belt. Braun Breaker was not needed there, but he still came out to celebrate with LA Knight because something big just happened. That world title just changed over to LA Knight's hands, something that he was looking to get for the longest time. And also the fact that he was able to beat the Fist. The Fist no longer hold any gold in the WWE. Not on Raw and not on Smackdown. Sheamus was able to beat Omos for that Continental Championship. Penta was able to beat Obafemi for the Intercontinental Championship. And this, I think this is going to end in count out. LA Knight being, he allowed the championship match to happen. But he did not give Braun Breaker a fair shot. And I know Braun Breaker is going to feel some kind of way about that. Because LA Knight just won by count out, winning in a way that is very inconclusive. I can see Braun Breaker is absolutely seething out there at the fact that this match ended this way. But LA Knight retains his championship belt here tonight